Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have Director of UiPath Global Community, none other than Corina with me. Hi Corina, how are you doing?
Hi, very good. Thank you.
Sure. With a lot of buzz that's going around for UiPath MVP 2023 campaign, I thought who should we ask better than the community managers themselves? So let's start with our first question. And that's nothing but what is UiPath MVP and what is the vision around it?
Yeah, sure. Thank you for the attention on the program. So it means a lot to us. So for us, the most valuable professional, so the MVP award, is the highest recognition that we offer to our community members. So this means that we go for the ones who contribute a lot in the community and also show a lot of expertise in this sense. So they show expertise, but also they don't keep it for themselves. They also share it with the large community, the large UiPath community.
Wow, that's interesting. Tina, would you be able to share some light on when did this program start and what was the idea behind starting this program?
Yeah, definitely. So the UiPath community is an important piece of the UiPath story. So uh, in 2018, when we were having a very active forum and quite many people learning on the academy, we said it's time to start to recognize that it's not just us behind everything that happened, the entire success and how we were growing. It's also about community members that voluntarily they contribute. So in 2018, in the autumn of 2018, we said we need to have a most valuable professional program, an MVP program, just like it's a common thing in the tech communities to have such programs. So we said it's time to create our own that will celebrate the ones who contribute voluntarily for no other reason than wanting to see the automation space moving further. So with efforts from our team, we said who are the ones who show high contribution and also high expertise in using UiPath. And back then, given that only the forum piece was there for the community, maturing the community, we went for the most active members in the forum. So I remember that we actually being the first time for those first 11 people. So we selected 11 and we sent to their addresses. We sent a backpack, goodies, and an invitation to meet us in London. So we got to meet all of them in London and offer them the trophy on stage at one of the UiPath events that we had back then. So it was a, an extreme surprise for them to see that they are being seen, they are being recognized for everything that they were doing out of passion and curiosity for the automation space. So this is how it started. Now the MVP program, it's a recognition for more than just what they do on the forum. So yes, the forum space is an important part, but the community evolved quite a lot. So we have different other programs, different other ways for our community members to contribute. So in this case, the program also evolved in ways you can contribute and you can be recognized.
Absolutely. So, apart from giving a valid recognition, of course, motivating the contributors to share their knowledge on various platforms, what else is in the bag for the UiPath MVP? What is the importance for them as a person? What effects will it bring for them?
Sure. So the way I see it is they definitely are good experts in what they do. So, and they have their own journey in their own hands. So for sure, they are quite autonomous. They know what they want and they go for that. But the way I see it and the way we see it in the community team is that that's an opportunity for them, like for 1 year, to accelerate their journey, to be on the spotlight and have us there helping them accelerate this journey. So they get the chance to contribute even more or to achieve what they were not thinking to achieve, like maybe to implement a new project that they were considering, doing something for a good cause, like helping an NGO, getting to meet other experts like them and exchange ideas and to see that, hey, we can work on this one. And then we get it to be a reusable component on the marketplace. Or some of them can go into writing different white papers or a book. They can start podcasts and like grow together in this space. So there are multiple things that they can do to develop their portfolio. So this is one aspect that I see. Then you get to have smart conversations, and I'm not saying that they were not having. For sure, they were having smart conversations prior to this. But when you see that you are among other 100 people with a similar interest like you, with similar ambitions like you get that diversity and ideas spark, and it takes you to another level in terms of conversations, good conversations with good people, because we try to put them together and to bond like people, not just like experts. So we try to create the space for them to be informal as well. So that's another aspect, like really being in those conversations, shaping the automation space together. Because let's admit, like we are at the edge with it, and they are at the edge on the automation space with it. So based on the conversations that we have and the actions that we take together, we are shaping it together. So this is the current reality. We do it in collaboration. So how we envision the automation now, we start by having these conversations with them. So again, another opportunity for someone who is ambitious in this space to want to be part of this network. Then it's a lot of access, like access to product leaders, access to licenses, to the product, to getting a preview of preview releases. So there is an NDA in place, so it's a safe space for any crazy idea to be shared by us and by them as much. So again, another benefit for them. So multiple ways. Plus, this year we had some regional summits. So being there, meeting others, getting immersed for 2 3 days in the culture of UiPath, the culture of the building a product, and then the culture of where we work, because we try to go in the places where we have important headquarters, many product managers are there. So really getting into what UiPath means. So these are some of the things that we put there and we offer in the program.
No, that's absolutely correct. Being part of the community, I agree that an MVP definitely gets a great social media coverage. They get access to more and more platforms. They can provide their valuable feedback to change any product. And like Corina said, there's already an NDA signed. So if you have any crazy idea, you already have a space to share it and make sure that you get benefit of implementing it. Well, that brings me to my next question, that for this year's MVP campaign, we have a new category that's introduced, and that's for Studio X. So, Corina, would you like to shed some light on the eligibility criteria for the entire MVP campaign 2023?
Yeah, so I hope that when you will publish this material, there is going to be also the link to the program for people to see it with their own eyes. What's in it for them to participate, and what's in it to understand each criteria. The UiPath platform evolves, and with that, we want to evolve the program as well. So making sure that we cover it entirely. So Studio X experts, yes, they are also welcomed in the program. And what we do, like in the selection process of the MVP program, we try to ensure that you get to speak with the right leader, to say. So when there is the group interview with the product leader, we make sure that the ones who participate for the citizen developer category, like for Studio X category, they get to meet and they get the questions and the conversations about that topic. So you will see that there are multiple categories. The key for us is to ensure UiPath platform coverage. You have expertise in your niche. You like what you do. You have ideas. You have a vision in that direction, and you contribute for the good of the community in that sense. If that's there, definitely any piece of the UiPath platform that you cover will find a place in the MVP program as well.
Well, thank you for that excellent take on the eligibility criteria. And yes, of course, we would be supporting the video with the link. That brings me to our next question, and that is there any cap on the number of MVPs that would be chosen this year? Is there any limit around the numbers?
It's a mix here. So yes, we got ourselves this year to the number 100, which is quite it's a round number. We can stay here for a few years just to keep it there. So our plan is to stick around there. So we don't go into doubling the number. That's for sure. We want to stay around 100, 120. So we want to give a bit of flexibility in the program. And let's not forget that it's also a mix between renewing. So there will be MVPs that will be with us for a few years already, or for at least a year. And there is also this space for the new ones to join. So there is a renewal process, but also the new ones to join us. So we keep the number a bit flexible, but still we want to keep it competitive, just to make sure that we deliver the best for everyone. So we do have the time for everyone. Otherwise, our community is open and we want as many people to be there so we can say we put thousands. No, with this one it doesn't work like this. So we'll try to keep it, like I said, around 120 people with a bit of flexibility. We'll see exactly when we start to get the applications.
Right. Well, that being said, I often get questioned that if I become a UiPath MVP, are there any chances that we get job opportunities at UiPath? I understand that's a valid question. What do you think, Corina?
The two processes are not connected. So if it happens, but not because we share the database. No, so that for sure is not happening. So our focus is to make sure that people do get recognized for their expertise and for their contribution, and they continue to share their expertise, and they grow their expertise and contribute in the community. So this is our focus. If for someone their interest is to find a job in UiPath, we have processes for that and colleagues for that, and they will be able to connect in that direction. But we strongly believe and encourage that the customer and partner ecosystem that is around us, that is also super interesting to be part of, grow, show your talent and complexity in solving problems. And that's a really good place to still be. Of course, people do change jobs in the process, so life happens, continue to happen, although you are an MVP. But yeah, this is not something that it's a recipe. If you become an MVP, we will make sure that we send you an offer. It's on our colleagues to do that effort. What we know from the past is that there were a few. So yes, it happened, like with one or two colleagues, it happened to become UiPath employees, but it was on their own. They were pursuing that career choice. There were a few who were like, if they, I don't know, in the process they were headhunted to become UiPath employees or something. For them, it was important to remain MVP. So that was like they were not necessarily considering the job, or they were not that into it from the first, because they were like, no, I want to be a UiPath MVP, and my contribution there still matters. So we had such people. But yeah, it's a recognition. And especially I remember now when in 2018, because it was a nice surprise. Like when we developed the program, it was a nice surprise to hear about. The MVPs back then, they told us like, we started to get opportunities that we never expected. Like it was that nice, that great for them to hear. Usually they stay with the companies where they are. Not everyone, but they also stay in the companies, because that is also a way for those organizations to show that, hey, you have great talent. thank you for giving them the opportunity to grow their expertise, their technical expertise, but also empowering them to contribute in a community. They do it voluntarily, so they do not represent the company interest when they contribute in the community. But still, the fact that they are in that culture means something, and we appreciate the companies that have MVPs. And some they do celebrate, like when we announce who the MVPs are, there are companies who celebrate with us.
Well, I agree to that because even if we are just talking about the UiPath community, I have had great experiences, not only at the meetups, not only at the clubhouse talks that we have, but also at the summit. Before signing off, Karina, I would love to ask you one thing, and that is, do you have any message for our MVP nominations? Or the people who are already running for the campaign, or people who wish to be a part of this campaign? Any last message for them?
Yeah. So we have multiple ways for them to contribute. So they need to play on their strengths. So the UiPath community is a playground for them. So if they are good into helping others on the forum moderation, responding there, do that. Continue to do that. You are being seen. We like what you do, and we encourage you to continue that. If you are into creating reusable components on the marketplace, again, it's a nice space to be, an innovative place to be, and we want you to continue to be there. Content creation on our blog, on YouTube, use cases. So if you want to do that, continue leading chapters, local communities, being speaker, being a mentor. Again, so many ways for you to contribute, and we do appreciate that. And each of you to find your own way, your own strengths, discover what you want to do it by yourself, do it together with the others, participate in the community, because each of these formats are eligible for you to be a good MVP. Now, if you do not become an MVP, that's not something that's bad. There are so many other ways in which you can contribute in the community. So feel free to nominate a mentor or someone who inspires you. Feel free to nominate yourself. So register, apply. Do not say, oh, maybe I did not do enough. So maybe you did. And you will just get a feedback about what happened in your journey this year. And if you still want to be an MVP, you can continue the selection process, or we will recommend you, okay, maybe you need to do a bit more, or there are other programs through which you can continue your contribution. So it's an open space. Find your way to contribute. Be in touch with the community, and for sure, together we will succeed. Each of us in the different roles.
Like we hear that the opportunities are endless. Definitely make sure that you do your contribution. If you are ever stuck, don't forget we have a healthy community that's established already. And of course, a bunch of MVPs, and let's not forget our community managers. So if you ever are stuck, definitely reach out to all these people and make sure that you have a smooth ride. I hope you loved this video, and we are expecting you to nominate yourself for the MVP campaign 2023 and looking forward to see your contributions. Well, take care, and thank you so much, Karina, for joining us today.
Thank you so much. It was really nice to share about what we do, and thank you for the opportunity.